Recognizing a ball. And for the final two words of our pregame ceremony presented by Webster Pop. Welcome youngsters from the Oxford Lassie League. Let's hear it, kids!
Baily Ober finished what he started for the Twins. Alec Burleson, 2 home runs. Cardinals are now a game over 500 for the third time this season. Ronel Blanco turning in another solid performance. Astros on Saturday picking up a second straight win against the Baltimore Orioles. Steve LenoxOnBaseball live stream podcast. We are recapping day number 87 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Glad you're with us on our YouTube channel. Glad you're with us via X and our LenoxOnBaseball Facebook channel and page as well. We do open up with That's Baseball. Now, for those new to us maybe, we created That's Baseball as we were growing this back April, May. Paying tribute, remembering Ernie Harwell. And Ernie Harwell, his Hall of Fame speech in Cooperstown, New York, all those years ago, his poem, The Definition of Baseball. We also put it together for John Sterling as well. John Sterling, calling Yankee games for many years, fond of saying, "That's baseball, Susan," when talking in the booth with his longtime broadcast partner, Susan Waldman. So with that, we open, recapping day number 87 of the Major League Baseball regular season, and we open with That's Baseball. And I've shared baseball cards. I've opened up baseball card packs. I shared Willie Mays and a card that I had from my father on Saturday. And we've done a lot of different things. Sometimes commentary, sometimes sharing stories. We opened this episode up with a game recap because I'm not sure this is baseball. Rockies 2 runs, 9th inning. Coors Field in Denver beat the Nationals 8-7. Here's how the game-winning run scored. All right, and I'm just not sure that this is baseball, present day. I'm not getting up on a soapbox, but this just, come on. Ryan McMahon drew a bases-loaded walk that brought in the winning run against Nationals closer Kyle Finnegan, right? Well, here's the thing. The game-winning run scoring, and Finnegan might have thrown ball 4, but he never got an opportunity to throw a ball 4. 3-2 pitch, Finnegan called for a pitch clock violation. Winning run scores from third. That's how the game ends. I don't like it. It's not what the rule was intended for. It was to speed up the game, not to have a pitcher. And Finnegan has more pitch clock violations than any pitcher in baseball this year at the major league level. He's got to make an adjustment because that one cost his team the game. And Finnegan, he owned it. He owned it. He said, "I don't like it." That's not, that's what, he just owned it at the end. He said, basically, it just can't happen. Nats deserve to win, and he wasn't able to do his job. He wasn't able to do his job because they basically took the baseball out of his hand. NBA player at the line, tie game, no time on the clock, violation at the free throw line. Wouldn't happen. McMahon said, "You hate to see a game end decided that way." But he was also happy that, the Rockies, it worked in their favor. It is the first time that the game has ended on a pitch clock violation. Is it going to happen in October? Our That's Baseball segment today, recapping day 87 of the Major League Baseball regular season. That's not baseball, what happened at Coors Field. You want to blame Rob Manfred? You want to blame Major League Baseball for trying to speed the game up, to try to make a 9-inning game more appealing to younger fans? That's fine. But remember the next time a player, whether a current player or a former big league player, says, "You've got to let us police the game." You are allowed to police the game. You're a big reason this is in place. And I'm not just blaming pitchers for slowing games down in the past. Hitters did it too. And I'm not laying the blame at Nomar Garciaparra and Big Papi David Ortiz, but come on. Those guys would take 20 seconds, 30 seconds between an at-bat, adjusting batting gloves, going through rituals, going through their little routine before the next pitch. And I do believe hitters and pitchers both need more time. But that's where we're at. We've got a pitch clock, and we've got a walk on a pitch clock violation on a 3-2 pitch from Kyle Finnegan to Ryan McMahon of the Rockies, and it's happened. And you know what? That's not baseball. And you know what? It's going to happen again. Again, we are recapping day number 87 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Angels-Dodgers Freeway Series. Don't like the name. Wish we had a better name for that one. A 2-game series. Both teams off on Sunday. Gavin Lux, solo home run in the third. Later in the frame, Shohei Ohtani, 2-run home run. That also in the third inning. That made it 3-0. Dodgers added a fourth run in that frame and beat the Angels 7-2. Tyler Glasnow, terrific. 10 strikeouts. Gave up just 2 runs, 1 earned. Over 7. Glasnow now 8-5 on the season. So they'll play another 2-game series later on in the season. But Angels take the opener. Next innings on Friday. Dodgers come back, win game 2. Shohei Ohtani, a home run Friday, a home run on Saturday. 2 home runs against his former club. Yankees put up some runs. 8 runs and a victory against the Braves on Saturday at the Big Ballpark in the Bronx. Yankees with a win. Avoid a 4th straight loss. 8-3 the final. Aaron Judge got things going early. Judge, 2-run home run in the first, his 28th on the season to go with 70 runs batted in. 140 RBIs. You taking the over for Aaron Judge? I think I'm taking the over. Trent Grisham, solo home run in the 7th. Marcus Stroman gave up a home run in the first to Marcell Ozuna, then a 2-out, 2-run home run to Travis d'Arnaud in the 7th inning. Stroman left with 2 outs in the 7th, picked up the win to 7th on the year. Aaron Boone, defending his pitcher at one point, got ejected from the game when Stroman thought he had a strike call. Instead, it went for a ball. Charlie Morton, 5 earned runs allowed over 5 2/3 innings. He's now 4-4 with the loss. Giancarlo Stanton did leave the game for a pinch hitter in the 6th inning. Hamstring issue. Juan Soto on base 4 times. Had a rare off night Friday. Came back Saturday on base 4 times with a hit and 3 walks. Astros have taken the first 2 at home against the Orioles. Won Saturday 5-1. Opportunity for a series sweep on Sunday. Can't sweep a series unless you win the first 2 or 3 games of that set. Ronel Blanco continues to impress. Now 8-2 on the season. Blanco opening up everybody's eyes with a no-hitter early on in the season against the Toronto Blue Jays. Blanco gave up just 1 run, 4 hits allowed, 7 innings of work, walked 3, struck out 4. Chas McCormick, 3 base hits, 3 for 3, 2 solo home runs, 3 runs scored. Corbin Burns, the loss for Baltimore. He's now 8-3. Now, the Orioles' only run coming, yeah, you guessed it, on a home run. Jordan Westburg with a home run. And the Orioles now have at least 1 home run in a franchise record, 21 straight games. Jordan Westburg, solo home run in the 2nd, that accounting for their only run. Yordan Alvarez broke a 1-1 tie, 16th home run of the season for Alvarez. That came in the 3rd inning, and it came with a man aboard. How about Baily Ober? Twins starter. Started the game, finished the game, and needed just 89 pitches to do it. Ober, first career complete game at the big league level. Twins in Oakland beat up on the A's 10-2. 13th complete game in baseball this season. Yes, it's baseball. We count everything. Thank you, Billy Chappell. Ober gave a couple of runs. Gave up a solo home run to J.J. Bleday. Gave up a solo home run to Tyler Soderstrom. And that was it. Those 2 home runs over the first 2 innings. Ober gave up 4 hits total. Did not walk a single batter. That'll keep your pitch count down. And he struck out 10, which is a new career high. 7-4, and so the Twins win that ball game. And Ober is now 7-4 on the season. Manuel Margot, 3-run home run off J.P. Sears. Sears, ugly line. Twins scored 7 runs in the 2nd inning. Sears did not make it past the 2nd. Jose Miranda, 3 base hits. Miranda, a couple of doubles, knocked in 3. And Royce Lewis did not homer in the Twins' victory on Saturday. That's a headline of late. Stephen Kwan, Bone Naylor. Daniel Schneemann, we're almost there. Jose Ramirez, all 4 homering in the Guardians' 6-3 victory against the Blue Jays on Saturday. Cleveland, 86 home runs through their first 74 games on the season. Guardians, now a season high 22 over 500. Jays going in the other direction. They've now lost 5 in a row. Swept earlier in the week at home by the Red Sox. Need a win on Sunday to avoid a series sweep in Cleveland against the Guardians. Toronto, 3 solo home runs, 2 from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, 1 more from Davis Schneider. And the Guardians, I mentioned 22 games over 500 for the first time this season, are also 25-9 at home this year. Phillies, home runs from Bryce Harper, Alec Boehm, Nick Castellanos, and David Dahl. Phillies thumped the Diamondbacks 12-1, series even 1-1. Finale on Sunday. Zach Wheeler benefiting from the run support. Wheeler 9-4 with the win. Gave up just one earned run on 2 hits, both singles. Struck out 8 over 7 innings. Harper, 4-hit game, knocked in 3, scored a couple of runs. Castellanos, 5 RBIs, sac fly in the first, 2-run home run in the 5th, 2-run single in the 6th inning. And the Diamondbacks fail in their attempt to get to a game over 500 for the first time since early April when they were 4-3. Phillies, first National League club to 50 victories. Red Sox avoided a second straight loss, rallied 2 runs in the 8th inning in Cincinnati, and held on to beat the Reds 4-3. Series even 1-1. Rob Refsnyder off the bench, pinch hit, base hit, RBI single in the 8th inning. That tied the game at 3. Rafael Devers bringing in the go-ahead run for the Red Sox with a sac fly. Jarren Duran using his speed, scoring from third base on a pop-up down the third base side. It was in left field, but it was short left field. Duran, 2 hits, extending his hit streak to 12 in a row. He had a first inning single, another hit later in the game. That was in that 2-run 8th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning, Duran robbed Stuart Fairchild of a home run. Fairchild against Kenley Jansen, almost dead center field. Duran got back to the wall, timed his jump and his jump at the wall perfectly, brought it back. Jansen did give up another hit, did give up a hit in that inning after Duran's heroics, but he worked a scoreless 9th inning for the save, his 14th on the year. Red Sox have won 6 of 7. Reds, 2 home runs early on against Nick Pivetta. Pivetta taken off the hook, no decision. Spencer Steer touched him up for a 2-run home run in the first. Ellie De La Cruz solo shot in the 3rd. Connor Wong, RBI base hit with a run-scoring double in the 6th inning. Like Duran, Connor Wong for the Red Sox has hit safely in 12 in a row. Cubs, 5 runs in the first inning against Tyler McGill of the Mets. Cubs eventually winning the game over New York, 8-1. Christopher Morel added a home run off McGill in the 3rd inning. Cubs even up the series at a game apiece. Jamison Tyone was on his game, just 1 run allowed over 7. He's 4-3. Tyone walked no one, struck out 10. Fernando Alvarez a home run on a solo shot in the loss. Morel 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Mets hitters striking out 14 times. I only looked at the headline, but boy, there's certain websites, I open up. I have Hotmail. I'm old. I have a Hotmail account. You open up the internet browser, and you've got these headlines. 99.9% of them are fake. But apparently, there was outrage from the Mets broadcast crew because a Mets fan out in the seats beyond the left field wall threw the baseball back, and they were upset by that. Come on, we got to get rid of these headlines. A lot of other things on the internet too, but the ding dong headlines are just tiresome at this point. Just don't click on them. I do on occasion. John Gray, combining with 3 relievers. Rangers 6-0 shutout win against the Royals in Arlington on Saturday. Gray went the first 6, gave up just 2 hits, walked no one, and struck out 3. Josh Smith, Wyatt Langford, both hitting home runs. Langford grand slam in the 8th inning. That made it 6-0. Royals just 3 wins now over their last 13 games. Salvador Perez, 0-3, 0-7, 4 strikeouts over the first 2 games of that series. Michael Wacha gave up just 1 run over 5, no run support for Wacha, and he took what we like to call the tough luck loss. Langford on his grand slam, his first ever in the big leagues. That was pretty cool. I even forgot it was a grand slam. So the Rangers pick up the victory, and they're starting to score some runs. They've scored now at least 5 runs in 4 straight games. It's the first time this season they have done that. Thought that was an interesting note. How about what happened in Pittsburgh on Saturday? Brian Reynolds extended his streak to 19 in a row. O'Neal Cruz hit one into the Allegheny. And Jared Jones, roughed up in his last couple of outings, not at his sharpest, did the job on the mound. All 3 helping the Pirates to a victory, 4-3 against the Rays at PNC Park on Saturday. When I do a Pirates recap and I say PNC Park, it just reminds me of how beautiful that ballpark is. Also reminds me that I've never been there as well. That is on the to-do list. Jones did the job, 5-6 with the win. Hit 2 batters early on, including Ahmed Rosario. Got him in the helmet with a fastball that was clocked at 99. Rosario did have to leave the game. Jones, I mentioned, hitting 2, including Rosario in the helmet early on in that game. And Jones was asked after the game if he, sort of set a goal for himself after he hit the batters early on in the game. And he said, yeah, my goal is not to hit a hitter in the head again. Dumb question. smart ass remark. O'Neal finding water with the home run. It went 445 feet. Andrew McCutchen, one of my favorite big league players, present day. Triple in the third, scored on Ronel's base hit that did extend his hit streak, had just the one base hit. Series even 1-1. Finale, Rays and Pirates at PNC Park on Sunday. And the Pirates flirting, I guess you could say. Within 2 games of 500, can they get there? And then move over 500. That is the goal. It is Paul Skeens Day in Pittsburgh at PNC Park on Sunday as well. Padres have taken the first 3 at home at Petco against the Brewers. They hold on for the 6-4 victory at Petco Park on Saturday night. Brewers 4 runs in the ninth inning, 2-out grand slam off the bat of Bryce Terang, another young player that I absolutely love. Robert Suarez did have to come on, got the final out, picked up the save. Jackson Merrill, Ha-Seong Kim, both homering in the 4th inning. Kyle Higashioka added the Padres' 3rd home run of the game, a 2-run shot in the 7th. Randy Vasquez, 5 scoreless for the Padres. He picked up the win. And Padres, again, going for the series sweep, 4-game series sweep on the table for the Padres as they ramp up their series against the Brewers on Sunday. Logan Gilbert, terrific. 8 scoreless innings, struck out 6. Mariners, 9-0 victory against the Marlins in Miami. Did not give the Marlins an opportunity to walk off with a victory. Gilbert's 2nd straight outing with 8 scoreless innings and his 3rd this season. Does he end up with a complete game on his resume at some point this year? Gilbert paraphrasing, but basically saying, hey, I wanted to go 9. I wanted to finish it, but also said, I understand that they have their best interest, my best interest in mind, in the Mariners, in Scott Service, coaching staff, you should say, because now we have 5 assistants on each staff on each side. But Gilbert, 8 scoreless, 3rd time this year, and that series even at 1-1. Mariner hitters did not strike out 10 or more times. That's a rarity. Alec Burleson, 2 of the Cardinals' 4 home runs, 9-4 victory for the Cardinals at home against the Giants. Paul Goldschmidt, Brendan Donovan also homering in the victory for the Cardinals, who are back to a game over 500 at 38-37. 3rd time this season they've been a game over 500. The Cardinals, they've never been more than a game over 500 this season. Burleson had 3 hits, scored 3 runs, knocked in 5. Mason Wynn, 3 hits, and the leadoff spot, Michael Conforto on the losing side for the Giants, a couple of hits and 3 runs batted in. White Sox even up their series in Detroit, 5-1 victory against the Tigers on Saturday. Drew Thorpe, very good in his start. Tossed 6 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball, walked 4, struck out 5. And Thorpe, tip of the cap to Drew Thorpe, picked up his first big league win. Corey Lee, 7th home run of the season in the win for Chicago. Nicky Lopez, 3 hits, including an RBI double, that in the 4th inning. That made it 2-0. The Tigers, not a lot of opportunities, but did go 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and the Tigers have now dropped 5 of their last 6 as well. That is a recap of day number 87 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Sugar's Random Thoughts, always brought to you by the Yellow Rose of Talbot B&B in Easton, Maryland. Considering to stay on the beautiful Maryland Eastern Shore this summer or fall, or even next winter, you can make your plans ahead. That's plan accordingly. That's okay. If you are considering to stay on the Maryland Eastern Shore at any point, say in the next calendar year, consider a stay at the Yellow Rose of Talbot Bed and Breakfast. Tell my sister Tammy, my brother-in-law Kenneth, that I sent you their way. As Sarah Langs is fond of saying, baseball is the best. Who is competitive sooner rather than later? Going to give you 3 teams, meaning which team is going to be a competitive team, maybe a potential playoff team. It's not going to be this year. But what team is going to be competitive sooner rather than later? The A's, the Rockies, or the White Sox? That's a tough one. Astros, Padres, Guardians all have won 4 in a row. Right now, those 3 teams, Astros, Padres, Guardians, all tied for the longest active winning streak in baseball, and that goes into Sunday. A reminder, we do it a lot. You can participate in the show. There's the comment section on our YouTube channel. You can also throw a comment up as well as we go live on X. I like to say each and every day. We've missed a day or 2 here and there, but we do this almost every single day throughout the course of the Major League Baseball regular season. Also doing a daily Locked On with the Locked On group, Locked On Red Sox postcast. What is that? We recap each Red Sox game, and we're on live via YouTube channel each and every game. So after the Reds and Red Sox wrap up their game in Cincinnati later today, within minutes, we're on live for about 30 minutes recapping the Red Sox win or loss as well. That's Locked On Red Sox, part of the Locked On Sports podcast network. Available, YouTube channel, also available wherever you get your podcasts as well. So promoting myself. Our YouTube channel, Lennox on Baseball, great interviews. We're going to interview former big league pitcher Jimmy Gobble on Tuesday. Time to be determined, but we're talking with Jimmy. We're going to put that together for Tuesday. That will be our latest Lennox on Baseball chat. As always, we appreciate the support. As always, well, most of the time, former Aberdeen Ironbird intern Brian Holland sends us away. Enjoy your Sunday, everybody.
Stop talking during the anthem. Go watch Steve Lennox's new podcast because Steve is the man.